Now, the LED lights, they stop from here. Everywhere past there, they're all regular bulbs. Now, they're using these LED lights as communications. This building right here is 90% communications. Not only, as you can see, the lights, and they're staying on, but they stay on for a reason. Now, not only billions of dollars in crimes to government entities like Homeland, White House, Secret Service, and many others are being copyrighted, but trademarked as well. They use these trash trucks right here, that in their vehicles, they have jamming equipment. And if you run a test on radar, and you run a test on radar from satellite, you'll see everybody that states involved is involved 100%, because they're using radar off the TVs to communicate. But what they did was they committed a life sentence crime. So not only through radar and the TVs and the Roku apps, they're communicating through the TVs and Spectrum, and through Spectrum as well as the radar type through Spectrum. The Spectrum, not the service, the company, but yes, the company's involved as well. But through Spectrums and radars, they're communicating and committing the crimes. Now, as you can see, the wire right here. Now, I've been here 25 years. Now, look at this. You notice the frequencies are going, look, the wires are going all the way, boom, directly to my house. Boom. But they go into the building. Now, communications and how they use the communications is this. They're able to tap into every house through the Roku app and through Spectrum. But not only that, what they do is they're very sharp. They use a certain type of screw, which are transmission screws. So each household that have dressers or drawers that connect with those kind of screws or have those screws installed, every time they pull them open and they slam them closed, and they slam them closed for a reason. And when they slam them closed, it communicates with the apartment next door and the other ones and the other ones, and that's how they're able to commit the crimes. Now, West Valley has a big presence in this building. West Valley PD officers are all around this block. Why? They're protecting themselves from getting a life sentence. And you can see little signs. Look at this little sign right there. I'm going to show you a little sign. And they use these vehicles too. What does it say on the license plate? West Valley, right? Now, I'm not going to say she's involved, but I know her dad is 100% involved. It says West Valley, right? And those are the signs that prove I'm 100% right. Like yesterday, not only has I stated two things on video, what happened? The very two people I spoke about on video yesterday, and it went on Snapchat. Tesla, right when I stated Tesla, a black Tesla vehicle popped up. Right when I stated somebody else, another person, and all within 1 minute of time. Now, people have been moving in and out of this block for a while now. But these people forgot one thing and one thing only. To pay the copyright crimes of Apache softwares that they hacked. They forgot to pay the Homeland Security iSearch security app copyrights they made and frauded the references to. They forgot to pay all these crimes that amount in innocent taxpayers paying billions upon billions of dollars for something that the very own police were committing these crimes and having not only under the crime organized gang stalking and paying out people from the public. So they've been committing public corruption. So as they commit public corruption, and look at the vehicles that pass by, look at the SUVs. And I say white and black SUVs are mostly involved, and there goes a Ford, white, like the ones that ran me off the freeway, and the black one to the left. And it's exactly what I'm stating. Exactly when I speak is when they come out. So I'm giving you a trip into my lane real quick, and I'm showing you how it goes down. Because I'm going to give you their program. And their program is real easy. They get the most mediocre shit. They thought they were going to get one passed by me. Instead, they got one passed by their own heads, and they slammed their asses in jail. That's exactly what they did do. Now, federal agents are even nervous right now. Why are federal agents nervous? Well, let me tell you why federal agents are nervous. Federal agents are nervous because under organized gang stalking, it states federal police and local law enforcement, including cops, are involved in these crimes. So they still cannot commit a crime because there's something called what? What? Color of authority. Color of authority is when a peace officer or a law enforcement officer with a badge commits a crime, means that he can be tried and convicted and sent to prison just like an average human being. You do not get to be above the law. You have no special right to commit a crime, and especially when organized gang stalking is 100% a unofficial operation. So I want to state now for facts. May 4th, 2017. FBI was conducting an unofficial operation on Mark Shallot, along with LAPD, committing an unofficial operation on Mark Shallot. Well, after going through a certain torture crime by hate, after LAPD helped Iranian terrorist suspect that lives in apartment 208 and who is the landlord of Elon Cohen, who's number 1.5 suspect. Now, not only did they make the fatal mistake of doing this, they made the fatal mistake of sending a 5-page virus to the White House. That's a life sentence, guaranteed. But the problem is there's 20 million people involved. That's a lot of people. And it's exactly what an ex-CIA director stated, that the New World War will start with a cyber terrorist attack to the White House. It happened on May 4, 2017. Not only did they crash the system, but it happened. Now, I always state that Ford vehicles are involved, federal vehicles are involved. There's a Fed vehicle right there down there, and there's someone in the car. The Fords across the street, there's 2 Fords in a row, and they use Keys dealership vehicles, as you see a Keys vehicle right there. Now, why do they use Keys vehicle? I'll tell you, because Van Nuys Keys. What's up?
What up, Mike?
How you doing? Hey, you looking good. The dog's looking good. What's up, man? You all right? So Keys vehicles and why they're being used. Well, Keys been working out a contract with LAPD and Van Nuys and every other LAPD department for loaning out their Keys vehicles for operations, surveillances, stings, and much more. So, as you'll see in my 120,000 videos that all prove 100% facts, even with the letter of Chief Charlie Beck stating I'm 100% correct. And him writing me 4 years after attempted murder by his officers on me. Now, we're up to the 7th attempted murder now, being one conducted in a hospital, All of You Hospital, in January 2017, where I was suffocated, both my ankles broken, and thrown on a metal slab on my last breath, but not before police officers committed medical fraud. You see how I left right after I stated this evidence? Now, not before police officers committed medical fraud. They committed medical fraud, and they used planes like this to throw settings off the phone. It's a good thing it came over my head, so now I can remind you about that. So, and here goes, this is one of the surveillance van. Oh, no, it's not. Wrong guy. I thought it was him. But you see Ford? And then Ford. But anyways, that van, I don't believe it belongs to him. I believe it belongs to somebody else I know. But anyways, what happened was the police officers paid my brother to get off a 2-year jail sentence for working without a contractor's license. But they paid him to get off a 2-year jail sentence, right? On March 4th or May 4th, 2016 for working without a contractor's license. But the problem with that is I was not living in my brother's home or my mother's home and have no mental health history. Well, the biggest mistake they made was this, in fact. And let me tell you how they made this mistake. You're not allowed to sign no paperwork. for a man that doesn't live in your home, especially if he doesn't have a medical history. And then you're really not supposed to do it when you plant a FCC Part 15 Model 388-TC unlicensed transmitter from the FCC Communication Center, which is not allowed to be let out the building. Not only is it a war-type weapon where you can see a 911 video next to one of mine, and you see a guy running out of his house with a gun, and it's a Marine. The Marine runs out of his house with a gun when he finds the same kind of wires and transmitter I find in my home. And he says that if somebody puts this in your home, it means you're going to war. And he's right, it's a war weapon, and war crimes were committed. So, now let's continue on. So, not only did the officer Salazar put that, this man is not only saying that police put a transmitter in his home, imagining it. So I was imagining something I have notarized, sent to Department of Justice by fax from Tarzana Printing on 9/10/2016, and notarized on February 16, 2017 at the same Tarzana Printing in Tarzana, California, with the same fax paperwork included on the notarization. So boom, they fucked themselves twice. Simple as that. So, what else we got to go with? So, what they did was, they're very smart. Let me tell you what they did. They built me a friend network. The friend network costs millions of dollars to do. So, what they did was they built a bunch of people that are like me, or, young people from around the scene, party, do this, do that, and they built me a friend network for people to come be close to me and be friends with me. And they use this as a tool to not only infiltrate, but infiltrate me with many things to screw me over with. But the problem is they failed in not knowing the intelligence level I had, and knew I was copying everything they were doing from the gate. And I got records that go back a long time and actually proved 15 years. 15 years. As I proved the 15 years of evidence, it was found through the granite in my bathroom, my mom's bathroom, and the kitchen in my home. Now, let me tell you how this was done. Very smart, very sharp. Once I started noticing that I was finding millions of cameras around my house, and not only from a crime that state police, federal agents, local law enforcement, and police involved, right? But stating severe psychological effects, stating framing, stating threats, stating staged events, like they did with my 3 vehicles in the building. Now, what they did with my three vehicles in the building, LAPD officers not only let one man crash into my Audi S4 2004 5 times while drunk, do a hit and run. He did a hit and run, and not only never got arrested for it, the cops took I lost my car illegally, and what they did was then the next car, my 66 Super Sport Impala, they did the same thing. They staged an event, had one of the guys that live in the building, did a high-speed chase, crashed my vehicle, right? Crashed my vehicle, fucked up my car, and then police kidnapped me on a false mental health history. And when they did that, they went to the place where the person was holding my vehicle and made him put it on the street, and then they stole my vehicle. But 6 months before that, I had a sheriff report of not only someone stealing my pink slip off the train, but with the proof of that, but then Miss Sanchez not letting me report my car stolen. Wow! Wait a minute, what the hell's going on here? Now, Miss Sanchez also, on April 18th, on 4 occasions, and me having a serial number for Spectrum for this occasion of impersonation of a Los Angeles sheriff deputy. So not only did Miss Sanchez impersonate a Los Angeles sheriff deputy, but did it 4 times. So that's a felony right there, just to let you know. Now, what happened was Spectrum stole my phone for 2 years. Not only Spectrum stealing my phone for 2 years, but Spectrum on me calling them back and saying, hey, you guys call my home. I pick up the phone. There's nobody on the line, but my TV and my cell phone internet disconnect. I call them 100 times. I got every name, department, person I spoke with, their ID number, time, and date. But they state that they have no knowledge, not even through reference, as my phone connected to their company. But only to admit on 4 recordings that, yeah, it's been connected for a year and a half, taken off and put back in June 2nd, and it started in 2016 when they stole it, not even a month to 2 months before getting the number. Actually, 2 to 3 months. So, you know, and it keeps on going and going. Now, these officers not only committed 7 attempted murders, facilitated a torture by hate crime through electrocutions. I got electrocuted this morning by DWP, since they're the ones hiding the crime, since it's through the water system, and the granite in the bathroom and kitchen and my mom's bathroom are connected through something called Sky. Now, Sky and microphone are the both things that came up that were connected through the granite. Now, I want to state that this is what happened after that. When I looked up Sky, I got down to sky.net, found out a blue blood by the name of Kate Smith, which is a daughter of an ambassador in the UK. And that's exactly who got involvement in this agenda. Now, not only was she sharing my information with millions to commit fraud and crimes with, but getting away with it. No problem. Still getting away till today because the police officers are committing color of authority and not reporting crimes. And I'm going to make sure they get sent to prison for that for a long time because I'm going to go ahead and charge them. Now, I do want to state this. Yesterday, I found out that either Kate Smith's father or daughter is connected to the hackings of my account, and everything's connected through radar. Now, as FBI 2 was the Wi-Fi name for FBI in the moment that this was conducted, second was FBI Radar 1, and exactly how they were connecting through radar and through bouncing the information off the Roku using Xbox, as I found a sumo mummy using my account, but Elon Cohen connected by remote by a Best Buy laptop, and me buying an Asus laptop from Best Buy in Woodland Hills, where LAPD entrapped me on May 5th, 2017, but not to leave out that they sold me an Asus and me having all the tags that prove it wasn't open till I opened it, but remotely controlled access 5 months before purchase. Now, you know how illegal that is? That tells you right now that Asus is involved in funding terrorist activities. Straight up. And there's no doubt, hands down, and so's Lenovo. Because the other one I bought was from Best Buy and Northridge, Woodland Hills. Same thing. Remotely access to 3 other people doing the same thing. But with illegal surveillance, including the first one, Asus, with cameras actually visually coming in and out of the screen when it's disconnected and pulled out of the laptop. My laptop's in pieces, but right now, there's still cameras coming in and out taking illegal surveillance. Now, how the hell does that happen? Really? Really? So what happened was Homeland Security 2 weeks ago. Now, I don't want to stop this. Homeland Security, because I'm going to be giving this video to the sheriff's office in Lost Hills today. So that way they can't say they don't know what I'm talking about or they can't understand what's going on, yada, 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 yada. No, you're going to be able to understand 100% because I just explained to you everything 100% and I didn't go out of context. I went perfectly in order and I showed you exactly how they're running the program. So, once I found out, I checked out the microphone. After I checked out Sky.net and Mrs. Kate Smith, using my account, my Gmail account was markshalom666@gmail.com, and not only duplicated, but cloned my Gmail account and is using it still till today and laughing at me because when my picture comes up, she uses that one, and when the duplicate one, I get. So I get the leftovers at the end of the day. So all my Gmail accounts are stolen, and it's been happening for years. And I'm going to make sure I get them on everyone. I'm going to bang them out sideways like a porn star. I swear to God. I'm going to get these guys. Sorry. I just explained the whole story. I go on the sheriff that way. So now you can probably see a helicopter coming overhead or a plane. Now don't be fooled. They knock the phone off settings and they're used for hacking, and you'll actually see about not only eight planes in 8 minutes fly over my head while I'm sending a certain amount of evidence when I'm looking out of my room, which is right here. Now I'm going to show you what else they were doing. I'm going to show you exactly what else they were doing. Very smart people. But remember how they're running the program. Now, after finding out, Tesla hacks me on May 5th after leaving Best Buy in their Topanga Mall, and the same officer 2 feet away from me at that Tesla while I'm surrounded by police officers is the same officer on 6/6/2017. Hey, I want to talk to you for a second. On 6/6/2017 is the same officer while I'm reporting the White House crime at West Valley PD who failed to turn in that evidence because they're committing the crime of color of authority. And I Love Plumbing, as it's connected to the water system, walks in the same police station on 6/6/2017 and put under body cam evidence of 1 minute, and that's walking with his I Love Plumbing shirt into the place and using a police ATM, telling on himself. That's pretty amateur shit right there. You should get slapped in your face for doing something so stupid. And not only did he do that, but made sure to stare at me on the way out, but not before. His boss threatening me with 25 to life if I didn't return that FCC device, and that being only something a police officer would say. I want to say thank you very much, and I'll take care of the rest at the sheriff's station.